Leaders must have the confidence to face challenges no matter how great, determination to keep going even in times of weakness, and persistence to stay true to their vision until agreed objectives are achieved.
This is cooking drum. We have different types of cooking drum. This is round one.
The contestants had spent time at the oil palm settlement at Okitipupa, Ondo State, learning to cultivate, harvest, harness, and process oil palm. They listened and watched very attentively. Then the contestants were asked to practice what they had learned. They were then asked to extract palm oil from the oil palm fruit. They harnessed the oil palm fruit, then processed it. Finally, they presented their finished product.
It has not really been easy, although enjoying. It has been full of experiences. So sometimes challenging, sometimes stress, but all the same. It has been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I didn't have much physical challenges. I think like before, I don't take my siesta for granted. I have my siesta, but now since I have arrived this camp, I have to obey and abide by the rule, wake up early, and to cope with that is really challenging.
I have to involve in a lot of more physical activities. I was not really expecting that. I thought it was supposed to be more of mental and academic things, but now they inculcate it with the physical things, and it's actually very nice. I enjoy it. It's different, but in a very positive way.
Well, I think the major challenge I faced was the PT. Initially, I was finding it very difficult because it's been quite a while since I went through physical training. But I'm okay with it now.
Well, initially I thought I could not cope because of the challenges and the endurance trainings I've been exposed to that I've not been used to. But at a point I felt if others can do it, why not I?
To be honest, it wasn't that easy. You know, waking up in the morning, you have to wake up as early as 5 a.m. And at times you don't get to bed before 11, 12 sometimes. So it's not easy. I'm not used to that, but I have to adapt. And I'm doing great.
As reward for a job well done, the contestants were promised an excursion to a world-renowned tourist location, the Donre Hills.
Welcome to Okedore, cultural landscape. What is written on the board here is what the tourists are visiting at the sighting at the top of the hill. The first one is the Great Steps. We have 660 steps with 5 resting places. The second one is Agbogun footprint. This is just a magical footprint which they set out the witchcraft by then. So the tourist chalet is at the top of the mountain there. From the chalet we see the scenery of where we are standing. The ancient palace, this was built about 800 years ago. If not because of the present civilization, it might be at the top of the hill. We moved on because of that in the year 1928. So anytime we need to have our festival activities, we go to the top of the hill to perfect all those kind of activities and also a coronation. Umiapara is a wonderful water tool along the road to the ancient town. We have Aron River. This river is a medicinal water and is used for domestic uses again. We have Agaga Hill. It's a type of a hill that we ascend before descending downward to Agbogun footprint. The old court is there too. the old primary school. The primary school was founded in the year 1898. A lot of restoration is taking place at the ancient old primary school there. The wonderful mat. The mat is placed on the rock. We can only identify the traces on the distance. So all what I'm just explaining is about 50 kilometers in radius. We cannot cover this attraction of this simply because they are not at the same location. The little one that we are to see today will be satisfied with the work of nature. The first one is the great cells. 2, the storage challenge, the ancient palace, unreadable letters of the flood, readable letters rather, Omi Apara, Omi Arrow River, and old court and old primary school.
To be sincere, my major challenges will be three. Food. Most times this food, the ration I get is not always sufficient for me. Then secondly, sometimes there are times I want to sleep more in the morning, but I will have to wake up because it's time for me to wake up, and everything we do in camp here is done in sequence with time. And thirdly, maybe missing some people, my mom, my dad. That's just it.
I think I've been faring well. Basically, the work has been, well, I say, tenuous to an extent. The drill, never done drilling before, so this is like the first time I'm doing it. And while I'm cashing on, although I'm making some mistakes and all that, so it's been an experience, a wonderful time actually, even though the stress is there.
Well, it's been challenging in some aspects and it's been tough in some aspects, but overall, it's molding me up.
The discipline in camp is really tough, and for some time I've not been very disciplined. You understand, when you're in university and you're allowed to do things your own way. But now with this the few experiences we've had in the morning, it's not been very easy. The parade, the drills, the PT exercises. So I've been learning, and I think I'm a more disciplined person now.
The contestants set out, clearly excited about their good fortune. Many of them had heard and read about the Donre Hills. Now they would have the opportunity to experience it as well. What they did not know was that yet another training for future leadership awaited them there.
Well, I think my major challenge is the physical test, because I'm really not somebody you call a very strong person. So being able to do the things that I'm doing, in short, I can't even believe that I'm the one doing them. I'm really surprised. But really, the physical have really been my challenge, and I thank God that. Yeah, I've learned. And one thing I've learned is that mastering your fears, that there is nothing you can't do. As long as you tell yourself that you can do this, you encourage yourself. You're the first person to encourage yourself to do something, not other people, because they can only hype you, but it's just you that will actually can take yourself there. So I've learned mastering my fears.
I think the tasks have been quite demanding, but I try as much as possible to take each of the tasks as they come. And I think I've been doing quite well, sir.
I don't have any strategy. My strategy is to be myself.
So my challenge is it's just unknown. I don't know the next task that is ahead of me. But I just prepare my mind how to face anything that I expect or see up front. So that is just the thing.
It hasn't been easy. The first week has been physical. It's been quite physical actually. Yeah, I'm not a physical person in that I don't get to do so much exercises. But my body picked up after a few days, after like a week.
600 steps are to be conquered if the contestants are to reach the top of the hill.
This is the first resting place, but it's too early for us to rest. We still continue the journey now.
The obstacle crossing was really challenging.
But the most challenging part is the food. I've not been really getting what I wanted. My favorite food have not been really coming. My favorite food is ogbono soup, and considering the hard tax that's giving us, we've not been giving energy food, so I really need a balance too.
My major challenge is I've come to terms with certain realities in life. I used to think I know it all, but I'm being humbled at some point and I'm learning. So far so good. I've performed averagely in both, and I think I prefer the mental, not because of my size, but I'm not avoiding the physical because of my size, but I prefer the mental.
So far it's been difficult, but it's been worth it. I've been learning a lot. I'm usually not a very free person, but I've learned to be free with people now, and I see myself coming up.
From the first day we arrived at the base camp, I learned to be very resilient. I want to give a personal experience. I never liked a particular type of food, but when I came to camp, I found out that there was no option. So for the very first time, I tasted that food. And one ironic thing about it was that it was even prepared by the boys. So after eating it, I was convinced in my mind.
It is beginning to dawn on them that the price to be paid for the achievement of the zenith is not cheap. Signs of exhaustion begin to show. Still they press on.
Hey! Hey! Are you good to go?
Good to go! Good to go! Good to go, sir!
Why you? Why you?
Why you?
Why you?
Mama
come and see you. Papa come and see you. Director come and see you. Wetin man dey holla. Wetin man dey suffer. Na so climbing. We dey call am training. Na so ajiweya. We dey call am training. Dizzy, come and see you. Waiting we dey suffer. We dey climb the rock wo. We dey call and train wo. Anywhere you go, tell my people I dey for Cambo. Anywhere you go, tell them say I dey for Cambo. No going back. Climbing day for Cambo. No going back. Climbing day for Cambo. No going back. Jogging day for Cambo. No going back. Hala day for Cambo. No going back. We.
This is the second resting place. We are tired already. Please, for your own information, when we are climbing, you breathe with your nose. Don't talk.